Hello, everybody. Accipiter, Cypher, you guys are here for the 93rd episode of The Curse of Strahd. One more piece of information that Erwin shared with you guys. What did you guys know about... Did you guys know anything about the large dragon skull brought into Vallaki?
I don't recall, honestly.
I don't remember in great detail by any means, no.
Okay.
We can retcon it either way.
So the only thing is you do know as well is that he passed on that the Burgomeister and Izek left town with a few guards and that skull last night, but have not returned.
Where were they going?
They were going to Argynvostholt.
Interesting.
While they were leaving, the Burgomeister was shouting, "This is going to be the greatest festival yet."
God bless his soul.
Okay.
He's a great and kind gentleman who just wants people to be happy.
He's probably dead now.
What makes you say that?
It's a very dangerous place. We were there once. I jumped out of a window a few times. Good times.
Okay, so just a quick... so, essentially, we were on our way to Krezk.
Yes.
Because they took Irina, was our game plan, right?
Yeah, but I think first we were agreeing to let, gosh, what's her name? The female vampire slayer. We were going to let Esmeralda take
Gertruda back.
Gertruda all the way back, so we didn't have to, because time was of the essence. And then, we were going to go after to Krezk, just to see what's up.
Shit, okay. Shit. Okay. Ah! Okay.
I'm gonna go up to Cypher I'm gonna go up to myself. I'm gonna go up to Accipiter, put my hand on his shoulder, and go, "Are you okay? I mean, whatever we're drawing close to now, I feel like it's something that's been building for a while. Are you ready?"
I was born ready.
All right, 1 second. All right. This happened a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. You guys are going to start heading towards Krezk?
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh.
Unless you want to prepare anything.
Here's a question. Do we know if, like, we're supposed to take the skull back to Argynvostholt? If someone else takes it in our stead, is whatever weird thing that happens there off the table for us? Is that
you don't really remember the conversation you had with the guy, but from what you can remember, the general idea was that if the skull is returned, the revenants are put to rest in Argynvostholt. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to do it as long as it's back there.
And our friends might be vampires, apparently, so...
Yeah, the 3 vampires that attacked the city.
Yeah. Izek is the deformed asshole, right?
The guard, yeah, the Burgomeister's right-hand guard.
Yeah, he was a prick to me at one point, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was pretty mean to you.
Generic guard? Yeah, okay. Yeah. I can't think of any other... Like, I was single-tracked to Gertruda. She's going to be safe with Esmeralda, fingers crossed. If that's another betrayal, I don't know what I'm going to do.
What's the guy's name? Her master?
Rictavio?
No, the real name is...
It's Rictavio.
No, it is, if I remember, I always forget, I think it's Rudolf van Richten.
That's it, yeah. Rudolf van Richten's going with her. So, 2 renowned warriors escorting a little girl should be better than us, don't you think?
Yes, I suppose so, Cypher. On to Krezk?
Unless you'd rather go to Argynvostholt, see what's going down, if they completed their job or not.
I mean, it is kind of on the way, isn't it?
No. I think
Isn't
Argon
that-
Volstholt's down, and then Krezek is like,
Yep.
or that way, yeah.
Blocky. Argon Volstolt is. They're both that way to start.
That is true, but I wouldn't say it's on the way. You do have to make a detour.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I do want to make sure that the skull gets there and isn't whisked away by Strahd again. We don't only we need it, and there's only so many chances. So to at least see it in good protection on the road, you know.
And they left the other day or the other night? How long
24
ago?
hours ago at this point. Maybe a little bit less, like 22 hours ago.
So we're
So it
probably not
should
gonna
be
catch up.
there.
Yeah,
'Cause
they
it's only a few
they should
hours.
have been there and back by now.
Oh,
They're not.
fuck. That. Hmm. Okay, let's do that. Let's check that out.
All right.
Yeah.
As you guys are heading out the gates of Vallaki, you are about, I would say, like 10 minutes out of the city, when on the path walking towards you is Xandra and Tiny.
Oh,
They are about 40 feet away when you notice them.
Have they noticed us yet?
Yes, they have also noticed you. So I'm going to just say it to
Alright.
them once they're in here. Megan, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Nathan, are
I'm
you
not
here or
sure.
no?
I'm not sure if he saw the message. I did text him, but
Nathan! Nathan! It happened quicker than expected.
Hi, sorry.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. So I'm going to say the same
Doing
thing
guild stuff, that's my bad.
that I told you guys, I told the other group. As you guys are about 10 minutes to Vallaki, you notice Cypher and Accipiter walking on the path towards you. They're about 40 feet away when you guys both notice each other.
Cool.
I would just stop dead in my tracks.
What?
Do you?
We're 40 feet
oh.
away from each other.
Hi guys.
Tiny? Do you? Is
Yeah.
that?
Hi. Hello.
I'm gonna look at Cypher and then look back at them and just kind of like whisper and just be like, "Do we know if they're vampires?"
There's a few ways to tell.
Like they can't be out in daylight, can they?
There's no daylight, and it's also evening.
Yeah.
Just
There's
gonna.
daylight in the evening, but
I would
fair.
slowly start walking towards them.
I'll like lean back to Sivert. Don't you have the ability to sense undead or evil things?
When I get when I get to about 15, 20 feet away, I'll stop. Is it really you guys?
I'm kind of just behind, like a couple steps behind Xandra, kind of like excited but confused as to why they're not more like, hey,
Yeah.
chums.
I'm gonna lean back into Accipiter and go, I follow your lead. You've always had better judgment than I have.
Tabletop Music Bazaar, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the goddamn table.
After like a few moments of, I assume, them not doing anything and us not doing anything, I'm going to draw my sword.
Whoa!
and my axe. And I'm going to drop to my knees, and the weapons will fall into the dirt. And I'm just going to say I didn't think I would see you guys alive.
Now that's an odd way for an innocent person to act, if you ask me.
And then Cypher says, there's no way. And then just sun swords her head off.
So she's just sitting, palms up, on her knees in the dirt.
God.
Hey guys, how have you been? I see you made it out alive. That's good.
I'll just I'll walk up to Xandra and I'll just extend an arm to help her up.
She will take it very carefully. But she'll
Game
stand.
of chicken of who's gonna be like, what the fuck did you do first?
Pretty much. She'll take it carefully. She doesn't meet your eyes as she stands. And I, once standing, will just wait. I don't even pick up my weapons.
I'll just like bump your chin up so you can like look me in the face.
I don't make eye contact. You can pick up my chin, but I won't look at you.
Oh man. And I'll just
Can't hear you anything.
So what have you guys been up to? Awkwardly trying to diffuse situation.
just I trust you all had your reasons. It is not mine to condemn. And I'll pick up your weapons for you and just give them back to you.
I'll take them from you, and I'll just repeat again. I wasn't sure I would ever see you alive again. I didn't. I'm so glad that it was worth it.
How far away is Xandra and Tiny?
From each
probably
other?
like 5 feet, considering you touched her. Oh,
You
Xander
walked
and
up.
Tiny?
You walked up.
Tiny's probably like 5 feet behind her.
Yeah, just
Yeah, roughly. Just kind of like, hey.
Uh,
After another pause of just kind of like lip trembling, I'll say, is Gertruda home safe?
she will be. Cypher and I are on our way to Argenvol's Holt.
So where's
Good.
Gertruda if she is not there yet?
We made some fine friends while we were apart. They're handling the job.
Excellent. Good. Good. Good.
we were on our way to speak to Rictavio. You were right, Sipiter.
Quick aside, Octavio is going with Esmeralda, right?
Yes.
He won't be there.
Why? What do you mean?
He's taking care of Gertruda for us. Rumor is, though it breaks my heart to say it, you guys have been up to no good.
We have made some mistakes. Very unfortunate mistakes. But, and this is the first time she looks you in the eye. But honestly, every single decision we've made after perhaps the choice to go speak with Strahd has been the best possible option we could come up with at the moment.
You did make a deal with the devil.
I'd like to know that deal and its circumstances. What exactly happened? We've heard vague tales of wrongdoing. We don't know where the cards actually fell, or how you tried to play the hand.
I'll just look at Tiny for a second.
No, we gotta follow
Sorry.
her. We gotta follow her.
You want? You would like? You want me to? Really?
No, if you have anything to add, please do. So, we decided to go parlay with Strahd. And I can't speak for the other two. But it felt like the best option. It felt like the smartest way to go about doing it. I was naive in believing we would be able to walk out of that room if we didn't like our options.
And I mean, none of us would probably have gotten out of the castle alive either, which not ideal.
So you're saying if no one went to see Strahd, we never would have left? Even though we seem to be doing fine up until that point?
It's not exactly the case. But once we had made the decision to go speak with him, he assured us, and he was very lucid, for lack of a better word, that at the very least, the three of us in that room would not have lived. It was a do or die situation, and so we got the most we felt we could out of it. We got the skull, and we bartered for Gertruda to live and have the curse lifted, so that once you found her, which I knew at Sipiter you would, I knew you wouldn't leave without her, that you would be able to get out, that you would have just as good a chance as we would have before we entered that room. And he gave us free passage out of the castle, and the only exchange was that we help replace the burgomaster in a certain amount of time, 5 days to be exact, 3 now, including today, so 2 in a little bit. And if it was not completed, then I was the collateral damage. And I'll just sweep back my hair to show a mark that looks like somebody sliced into me to take blood. So we did it to save ourselves, selfishly, but we also did it to give you the best chance you could have.
Genlin's still with you, or in the way that he is?
Genlin is participating in another part of the story that you haven't heard yet.
I'd very much like to hear that.
So, our naivety, at least mine, I look at Tiny again. I did not expect a dragon skull to be so large. It took 5 or 6 men to lift it onto the carriage that Strahd provided. And then the carriage drove us back into town. But straight...
Oh, you muted yourself, Megan.
Impressive. But it led us straight into the hands of an enemy. Not a direct enemy, I suppose. And it kind of seems like she's like, she doesn't really want to say who for a minute. It took us directly to Lady Voctor, who is the person we were to help become burgomaster.
I know of Lady Wachter.
As do we very well now, actually.
Well, you a little bit more. That came out bitchy, sorry.
But you are not incorrect. So upon arrival, The skull was unloaded by her men into her barn. And we were tasked with killing the head guard for the burgomaster. And that was all we had to do to fulfill our part of the contract. And we have 5 days to do it. So we left and discussed. And I don't know about you, Tiny, but I had every intention of not fulfilling the contract.
Oh.
My plan was to bide time and fulfill the last 2 parts of our goals and hope that I had somehow managed to help you out of the castle and that we would be reunited and able to kill Strahd before the 5 days were up.
You know, we could have had a conversation about that before now. It's a bit of a...
I mean, I mentioned it before we went and spoke to Erwin.
kind of offhand.
Regardless, we talked and decided that we were in over our heads and needed allies. So we went to speak with Erwin. And he said that he could no longer trust us, even though he felt that our intentions were good, and that we were no longer welcome at the inn, and that we were to pack our things and leave immediately.
That one was my bright idea.
So we did. And it was getting quite late. And in hindsight, we should have just camped somewhere. Genlin suggested it, and I didn't listen. I suggested that the coffin maker's house had a whole floor we could use for shelter. So we went back, and Genlin, he didn't want to sleep unless he knew that the upstairs was clear. So he unbarricaded the door with my blessing.
I was not... Mm-mm.
That Tiny was against it, absolutely. I can't drag you into this. And we were attacked by 3 vampire spawn. And Genlin nearly died. We barely escaped. And we weren't able to stop them from ravaging the town. Half the guard was wiped out. And I think 2 poor innocent civilians were killed. So we decided that the town was no longer safe. And Tiny decided that the town was no longer safe and that Irina needed to go to Krezik.
That was a whole thing.
we're going to take a little pause there for YouTube, because that was a whole thing, and we will continue on the catch-up story on the next episode. Bye, YouTube.
The mega narration brain.